Alex had a gift for poetry. And Alex's gift for poetry will be shared with us today by his cousins. And at this time, it's the male cousins, and specifically his brother, David, that I'll be introducing to you. And they'll be sharing a poem that Alex wrote while in Kosrae, I believe. Is that correct? Yes. And the title of the poem is If You're Lucky. And I might add, if Alex has touched your life, you are lucky. So David, would you please come forward along with your cousins, Ben, Chris, Joe, Jamin, Rhett, are you here?
Here, if you're lucky, you might see a storm over the ocean. It will be hanging there in the distance, miles off, a curtain of various grays, darkening and lightening. There will be nothing beneath it or in it, just the ocean, fading into gray and blue. You will feel the wind, and when you think to check it, if you're lucky, you will find that the storm is lumbering towards you. Then you will decide to wait.
The blue herons will be standing on the rocks, fishing in the reef just offshore. One will jump with its long, lonesome legs to a nearby rock. The other will fly low over the clear, shallow water, out towards the ocean, and come to rest somewhere nearer the first one. You might get the sense they know each other, the way they pretend not to notice.
Then you will be distracted by your thoughts, carving the date into the dead log of driftwood you're sitting on, feeling it, carving your initials into it, carving a scratch here, a scratch there, using a piece of dead coral you picked up earlier near the edge of the water, each scratch guided by something unconscious, something unknown, some compulsion, all the while drifting into your past, into others, into yourself, when suddenly you look up again, and you see that gray curtain growing, rounding about you, approaching the wind in your ears, will be louder now than the surf at the edge of the reef, where the ocean suddenly rises to create this warm pool of life that laps against the shore in soft, short cycles, sliding up and down the fine sand, up and down, quietly.
Then you might look up at the palm trees hanging over the beach and notice the darkness that has settled on their fronds, and that same wind in your ears pushing them back towards the land they seem to grow away from, as though longing for the ocean, as though reaching. And when you look down again into your lap, seeing the coral now broken in your open palm, broken from clicking it against another piece you found at your feet, clicking and hearing the strange ringing they make, you might, if you're lucky, feel the tiniest drop of rain touch your temple.
And then you will smile, and then you will look up again, and soon it will start to rain. It will not begin slowly. It will begin quickly and thicken as the storm passes over you, as you pass into it, and you might lift your face to it, on your cheeks and forehead, spotting your shorts and t-shirt before, soaking them, and then it will soak you, and you might laugh. You might open your eyes and look around and see the herons out in the reef fishing. You might see a small boat anchored to a buoy offshore with nobody in it. And in a light pang of fear will pinch you. You become pinch you because somebody just a few minutes ago had been in that boat, and you wondered then whether they were trying to signal, but it didn't seem like it.
So then you will watch the boat bob up and down, and then up and down, and up and down, into view and out, up and down, riding on the crests of waves and sinking into the troughs between, stationary as the waves glided in off the ocean. Glide in with the wind in your ears, with the storm and the soaking rain. Then, when somebody asks you why you were sitting there, you'll have to say, if you're lucky, I don't know.